Hey guys, how y'all doing? I hope you guys can enjoy this great winter, perfect for the winter recipe. Kale, potato, and I used andouille sausage soup. It's so good. This batch went the very first day. I didn't have any leftovers because we all had seconds, and it's so ridiculously good. It's comforting, it's an indulgent. I hope you guys try this recipe. Face oven, kale, potato, and andouille sausage soup. Okay, so as far as ingredients, we're gonna need thyme and rosemary, about a teaspoon of each. You'll need almost a tablespoon of salt. You're gonna use a whole package of sausage. You can use whatever kind of sausage that you like. Potatoes, I'm using red potatoes. You can use golden potatoes. And you're gonna use butter or olive oil, 2 tablespoons. You're gonna use about 4 cups of kale, rinsed and chopped, of course. And the ingredient that I don't show is broth. You're gonna need either chicken broth or vegetable broth, or you can just use water. We're also going to need some milk. I'm using almond milk. You can use soy milk, cashew milk, whatever kind of milk you have. You can use half and half, heavy whipping cream, depending on how you wanna use it. So I'm cutting up my red potatoes. You can cut them up into small chunks. I'm using pretty big potato chunks, but you can use what you would like. You could do what you'd like. You're gonna use the whole yellow onion. I've also made this with a brown onion, I believe a white onion, but today we're gonna use the yellow onion, chopped up. Take your time, don't cut your fingers. I have before. Okay. We will also be using the whole package like I said before. You're gonna cut them up into small squares, or unless you like the big chunks of meat. I just like them a little bit smaller, so I cut it up. Very simple. Such a great recipe, you guys. If you're in Connecticut or Boston where it's really cold and a lot of snow, you guys go ahead and make this recipe. So I'm adding my butter to my pot. I love butter. I don't know. You may not know that about me, but I do. I really love butter. And I'm going to add my onions, and we're going to stir just a little bit. And you're going to go ahead and let those guys get translucent in just a little bit. Simmer. I have my fire kind of high. You don't need your fire this high. And I'm using 2 large cloves of garlic. Okay, if you don't have large cloves, go ahead and use like 3 or 4 small cloves. You can mince it, or you can just chop up your garlic, and you're gonna add that to our pot also. And we'll stir that in. And then here we'll go ahead and add our seasoning. So that's our salt. Oh, our salt, our thyme, and our rosemary. You guys can also add pepper if you would like. Maybe about 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper, or 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper. And this andouille sausage, you guys, made this soup extremely spicy. It gave it a nice kick. I loved it. My kids didn't complain. They did say, "Mom, it's spicy," but they still ate it and they asked for seconds. So I don't know if that tells you something. If you don't want spicy sausage, don't use the andouille. Use some other kind of sausage. So I added a little bit of broth just because my pot looked like it was getting a little bit dry. So now I'm just adding my kale. As you can see, we did the onions, and then we added our seasonings and our garlic, and then we added our sausage, and now we're adding our kale. We're gonna mix that all in together, so that, you know, kale will take up a lot of space in your pot, so you kind of want it to cook down a little bit. And you're cooking and stirring. It's a lot of kale, you guys. So good. It tastes so good. It smells so good in here. Cooked down really well. So I added more. I probably used about 5 cups of kale because I really like my kale to stand out in my soup. Like, I like to get chunks of kale in my mouth, just like I do the potatoes and the sausage. So I added a lot of kale. Okay, so after we add our kale and we let it cook down for just a little bit, we are going to add our potatoes. So before we add any of our broth, our water, our milk, or anything, we're going to add our potatoes. And we're going to stir them in a little bit also. So let them cook or simmer just a little bit. And then we're going to add more potatoes. Yeah. You won't be disappointed with this soup at all. It's nice and it's hearty and it tastes so good. These flavors, this thyme and this rosemary with the sausage and the potatoes and the kale, it's so good. So good. Okay, so after we get everything mixed in really well, as you can see, I'm going to add my broth. So I'm going to use a whole entire carton of my broth. You can use your broth and you can get whatever kind you want. I don't know if you guys want to use chicken or if you want to use vegetable, but you choose. And then on top of that, I'm going to add 2 cups of almond milk. No vanilla flavor. It's just going to be plain vanilla milk. You can do soy milk. You can do half and half. It depends on you. I'm just going to go ahead and use almond milk because that's what I always have in my refrigerator. Okay, we're going to mix that a little bit more. Okay, so as you can see, my thickness, my heartiness, my potatoes and my kale, they're sticking above my liquid, so I added 2 more cups of water. Okay, so we are just about done. We're going to cover and we're going to simmer for about 20 minutes. Oh, and there we have it. All done. It's so good. You guys, it's a pretty quick meal because all you have to do is cut up your ingredients. But other than that, you're throwing everything into a pot and you're letting it cook and simmer. And it's pretty fast because you only have to let it cook for about 20 minutes just to let those potatoes get soft. And all ingredients will be down below in the description box. And I'll also put a couple of the links to my other videos so that you guys can check those out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Faith's Oven. God bless y'all. Merry Christmas.